Hello everyone. In the last video, we got AEM running locally, author on 4502, published on 4503, and we installed weekend project to see how a real AEM site looks. That was someone else's project. Today, we built our own. We are going to create a brand new AEM Maven project from scratch. We will cover everything like prerequisite, what is AEM, how to generate the project, how to build and deploy it to your AEM server. By the end of this video, you will have your own project running in AEM. Let's get into it. Before we start, we need following four prerequisites. Java 21. AEM Cloud SDK requires Java 21. We set this up in video 2. So you should already have it. Maven 3.8 or higher. This is the build and deploy tool we will use for every command in this video. Node.js 18 or higher. This is needed by the UI frontend module. It runs the Webpack build for your CSS and JavaScript. We will come to know about UI frontend in the later part of this video. AEM running locally. Author on 4502, we set this up in video 2. If you have a problem setting up Maven, there are many videos on the internet you can refer to. Or you can check the blog in the description. Once your setup is done, use the following command to cross-verify. Let me check in my machine. As you can see, I have all the prerequisites. There is one more thing you need before we touch the project. A file called settings.xml. Think of it like a contact list on your phone. When Maven builds an AEM project, it needs to download AEM specific libraries, things that Adobe makes. But those libraries are not on the default Maven repository. Adobe hosts them on their own server. Without settings.xml, Maven does not know Adobe's server existence. It is like trying to call someone who is not in your contact list. The call never goes through, your build fails on the very first command. This file simply tells Maven, here is Adobe's server address. Also look there. That is all it does. I have linked this file in the video description. Download it and place it in the right location. Mac users, you need to place in this location, and Windows user, you need to place under C drive in this location. Three things to remember about this file. It is not part of your project. It never goes into Git. Every developer on your team needs their own copy on their own machine, and you set it up once per machine. Every AEM project you create after this will use it automatically. We are talking about Maven, so let's try to understand what it is. Because you will use it every single day as an AEM developer. Think of it like a food delivery app. You open the app, you place your order what you want, where to deliver. The app takes care of everything. It finds the restaurant, pick up the food and delivers it to your door. You don't go to the kitchen, you don't drive anywhere, you just place the order. Maven works the same way. You run one command, what to build, where to deploy. Maven downloads whatever libraries your project needs, compiles your code, packages everything up and install it into AEM. You don't do any of that manually. In AEM terms, Maven does three things. Compiles your Java code, Sling models, services, servlets into OSGI bundle, packages your components, content and configs into installable AEM content package, deploys, uploads everything to your running AEM instance, author or publish. One command, Maven handles the rest. Now let's generate the project. To create an AEM project, we use something called Archetype. Think of it as ready-made blueprint. Adobe provides official blueprint for AEM project called AEM Project Archetype. Instead of creating each and every folder, each and every file manually, you run one command and Maven generates the entire project structure for you in seconds. Adobe keeps this blueprint updated as AEM evolves. Always use the latest version. For Windows user, before running this command, open your command prompt in administrator mode. This is the command we need to run in our machine. First, let me copy the command, paste it here. This command should be in single line. For readability purpose, I made it as multiple lines. Let me make it as single line. You have to remove this backslash. Alright, my single line command is ready. Let's copy this and open your command prompt in administrative mode. I have created a new folder called code inside my E drive. I am going to create my Maven project in this folder. Let's place my command here and click enter. This will generate your multi-module project in this folder. If you are creating your multi-module project for the first time, it will take some time to create this folder. So my project is ready here. Let me explain the key attributes of the command that we just ran. First one is archetype version 49. This is the latest blueprint version. It targets AEM as cloud service. Second one is app ID AEM Insider. This will be your apps folder name. AEM version is cloud. If you are using on-premise AEM, you need to use 6.5. Include example n. This will sketch the weekend example code. We want a clean project with no sample code to delete later. Include front-end module general. As the UI front-end module with the webpack. Use React or Angular here if you are building a single-page application. Let's import our generator project into any IDE. I use IntelliJ. There are other tools available also, Eclipse, Visual Studio. You can use any of them. Let's import in IntelliJ now. I just imported the generator project, one root folder AEM Insider site, and inside it multiple subfolder. Each subfolder is called a module. Each module has one specific job. This is what we call multi-module project. This is the root pom.xml file. It coordinates when each module builds in what order. Let me walk through the modules you will use every day. The first one is code modules. Here, all your Java code will live here. The second one is UI frontend. All your JS and CSS related code will be available inside UI frontend module. Third one is UI apps. All your components and HTML code will be available inside UI apps folder. Fourth one is UI content. Here, all your sample code and templates will live here. Fifth one is UI config. All your backend related configs will be available in this folder. And the sixth one is dispatcher. All your dispatcher related configs will be available in this folder. And there are few more modules called it.test, ui.test and all. it.test and ui.test called test modules. and all module clubs everything together into one combined package for deployment. The test modules we will cover later in the series. Now, let's try to understand pom.xml. It has mainly four sections: module section, properties section, dependency management, and profiles. Module section. In the module section, it will list all your modules one by one. This is how your module section will look like. These are all modules we have generated. Second one is properties section. Global settings like your AEM host, port number will live here. AEM host, AEM port, 4502 is for your author server and 4503 is for your publish server. The third one is dependency management. This will declare your AEM SDK API dependencies. We will add it as scope provided. Means AEM already has these classes at runtime. We only compile against them. We never build AEM own classes into our package. And the fourth one is profile. This is where all deploy profiles are defined. Auto install package, auto install bundle, auto install single package. These are all different profiles that are available. We will explore them in later part of this video. As I mentioned, in the pom.xml file, you can see all those four categories. Like one is module section, the second one is properties section, and you can also find your dependency management, and you can find your profiles also here. Now, let's try to understand commands you will use in everyday. Maven clean install. You use this verify your code compiles cleanly without deploying anything. Clean will delete previously built folders. To deploy all your modules, you need to run Maven clean install auto install package. To deploy all modules into your publish server, you need to run this command. To deploy as a single combined package, you need to run this command. You will use this command just to deploy your backend related code. And you will use this command just to deploy any specific module. Let's try to deploy our project into our AEM author server. To deploy all our modules, we need to run this command. Go to your command prompt. This is your command prompt. Let's go inside your project created AEM insider site and run your command. Just make sure that your local AEM author server is up before running this command. Maven clean install -p auto install package. Let's open my author server. I go inside sites. As of now, we have only weekend site. This was installed in our previous video. Once the deployment completes, you will see our new project here. It will take some time. I will pause my recording here and I will resume it once the deployment gets success. My deployment got success. Once your deployment got success, you need to verify in three places. First thing, you go to your sites console and refresh it and you will see your new project here. This is check one and go back to your package manager. Here you need to see your AEM Insider package. After that, you need to go to system console. This is also called Felix console. Here, all your bundles should be active and you can check your bundles by sorting here and you can see AEM Insider sites. This is your core bundle and status of this bundle should be active. Active means your backend code is running correctly. Let's try to recap what we covered today. Prerequisite and settings, Java 21, Maven 3.8+, Node.js and setting.xml file that points to Maven's Adobe server. Second one is Maven, like food delivery app. One command compiles, package and deploys it to your AEM project. Third one is architect. Adobe's official project blueprint. Fourth one is 6 working modules, core module, UI frontend, UI apps, UI content, UI config and dispatcher. We have gone through all these modules and we have gone through our parent pom.xml and deploy commands. We have used Maven clean install -p auto install package to deploy our code into our AEM server. This project is your foundation. Every component, every template, every service you build from here, it all goes inside this project. Now that the project setup is up, it's time to actually build something in it. In the next video, we create our first AEM component from scratch. Drag and drop your component into page. That is where AEM development actually starts. Subscribe so you do not miss it. Drop any questions in the comment below. I read everyone. See you in the next one.